All right, hello, and welcome to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Hope you're all having a good day. It is Tuesday. It's beautiful out there. We finally have some nice weather really settling in. Very happy about that. In fact, like yesterday, how about yesterday? 85 to start the week. Pretty crazy. I wasn't really ready for that. I was a little bit caught off guard actually for 85-degree weather, but it happened. We are there. We are pleased about it. Very good. Very hot night sleeping. I know a lot of us had to make the decision last night. Do you go put the air conditioners in the house, or do you wait because it's going to be like 60 for the next few days, a little bit more seasonal 60 for the next few days? I don't know what your decision was. My air conditioners are not in, so that is my answer. But I know that was the debate for a lot of you people out there today. Got some cool stories in the news today. Actually, a place near me. I know there's a lot of good like restaurants and everything around here, but really more my neck of the woods, like kind of the Danvers, Beverly. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody here in Newburyport, but that neck of the woods is really big on their roast beef. The roast beef sandwiches. It's like the staple of really the North Shore, but specifically those areas. And roast beef sandwiches, like you didn't like get them really everywhere in the country, like the way that they're made there, just with the sauce and cheese and everything. And a place called Nick's in North Beverly won the People Magazine Best Roast Beef. So pretty interesting, like in the country. So kind of a cool thing there. I know they were packed over there. They're always packed over there, but they were all very excited, and people were news crews there and all that stuff. So I don't know if you've ever tried that. I guess I'm hungry today, but Nick's Roast Beef in Beverly. Right in North Beverly there. It's a quick little trip from here if you ever want to try it. But there's a million places that are good, to be honest, for roast beef in the area. North Shore, one of the perks of living here. Red Sox back on track with a win yesterday in Toronto. That's 2 in a row because they took that last game over the weekend versus Houston. Sox rolling a little bit. Very good. They had that day game because it was Victoria Day, honoring Queen Victoria in Canada yesterday, a holiday in Canada. So day game yesterday. Always love the day game baseball. I enjoy it very much. I get out of work very early in the afternoon because I start very early, so I always appreciate the daytime weekday baseball. I don't get to see a lot of the games, or at least the end of a lot of the games at nighttime during the usual 7 o'clock start, so that makes me very happy. Sox looking for 3 in a row tonight. 3 in a row tonight. Microphone lost there. Should tighten that baby up a little bit. Let's see. What else do we have going on? We have... I should really tell you about our Spotify YouTube thing here. SoundCloud YouTube thing, I should say, that Tyler's nice enough to put together. Our shows, both radio and TV, are available for on-demand streaming on our YouTube and our SoundCloud. To reach our YouTube, just go to ncmhub.org. That's ncmhub.org, and click on the YouTube icon on the top right of the page. Do the same thing, ncmhub.org, ncmhub.org, and go to the SoundCloud, the cloud button, right on the top right of the page. You can get crystal clear audio. If you're driving, it's a good way to throw us on and get a good little radio show. So that is a very cool thing. Make sure you do that. Tyler does a nice job posting all those things. Lily Dissette, who's doing the radio show today, does the same thing. And Lexi Foley, when she's here, she's off today, I think. I haven't seen her yet. This microphone is going to kill me today. Let's see. We're going to tighten this thing up completely. There we go. I think you just got to put a little muscle into it. I think that's the key. I've actually been told from people who watch on TV that I sometimes drive people crazy by playing with the microphone too much, and that's the reason why. It's because it dangles on me sometimes, but we're good now. The microphone is back in order, so there you go. I think it is anyway. If it happens again, you can call me a liar. Did you see that video of the toddler who was clipped by the police cruiser there? In Boston, in Roxbury? Pretty crazy. Surveillance video caught it and everything. Police cruiser kind of drives away, clips the girl who came off the sidewalk, broken collarbone and all that stuff. Hope she's doing okay, because I mean, obviously, you're one and you break a collarbone, that's not good. But I think in general, she's going to be all right. But not a good situation there. Don McGahn does not appear today on Capitol Hill. Always something in Washington, D.C. That was the drama on Capitol Hill today. What else is going on? The race for the presidency getting a little bit interesting. You had Elizabeth Warren, essentially everybody chasing Bernie Sanders still chasing Joe Biden now on the Democratic side. The former vice president is really the front runner in every poll that you kind of look at, and Biden is really going after President Trump here in these early days of campaigning. He started out in New Hampshire. What was he here? I think he was here over the weekend in New Hampshire. But he's just making it his goal to go after Trump and pretty much making it it's Biden first, Trump, which is his approach, which is a good front runner play. If you don't have to attack a lot of your Democratic colleagues, and a lot of them of which you're going to be looking for support, then don't do it. And that is what Biden is doing. So Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, all chasing. Seth Moulton, the local congressman here, has been making a lot of news. Presidential candidate himself, trying to make some waves. He made a pitch that everybody should try to over this weekend. He was on the Sunday shows talking about how every American needs to look in the mirror and should be making a pitch to do some sort of service, serve their country as a responsibility, as a call to action. He wanted everybody to do that, and he, of course, is a former Marine or a Marine, but he served, I believe it was 4 tours in Iraq, and gave a lot to this country, obviously. But he is not showing well in the polls, Seth Moulton. So you got 24 people running for the same thing, and a couple front runners. It's kind of tough to make ground. So that is where Seth Moulton finds himself on the Democratic side. So should be exciting, always exciting on the political front here. Not only here in Massachusetts, but in this case in the race for the presidency, which all news is local news, right? Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, at Joppa Afternoons on Twitter. That's at Joppa, Joppa Afternoons on Twitter. Welcome home to a lot of the college kids. I'm hearing that this is kind of the big week for like the first wave of kids returning from school. So welcome home. I know we get a lot of alumni. A lot of times during the summertime, we turn into a lot of alumni shows too, which I know a lot of you enjoy. Get to catch up with some of the old athletes and great students who have gone through Newburyport, Triton, Pentucket, really the whole Cape Ann League. So we get a lot of old-time athletes that maybe you remember their names and talk about where they're at now. So look out for that here in the coming weeks as summertime kicks into gear. Always enjoy doing that. And I've already talked with a few of them today. I know they're back in town. So we will be in touch and probably have a few of them on the show here in the coming weeks. So, yes, look out for that. Our guest today is the head coach of Newburyport basketball, Dave Clay, longtime friend of the show. He's joining us. Usually we have him on during basketball season, but I like having him on any time of year. He's a good guest and a better guy. He'll be on here in just a few minutes. We'll bring him in. He's actually got a lot of camps that he's running during the summer, too. So we're going to tell you about that, which is always exciting. You should go to that if you can. Dave Clay is a great instructor, great coach, and like I said, a better guy. So that'll be exciting. We'll talk with Coach Clay about that. And I don't know, we'll talk a little summertime stuff too. Maybe we'll talk a little Celtics, because who doesn't like talking about the Celtics after all that drama? But, you don't even feel the need to talk about it. I can talk about it next week, because that's how long away we are. Boston Bruins are in the Stanley Cup final. Oh, yeah. Side note. And this is a hockey town, too. I should always be talking Bruins in this city. But Boston Bruins hockey, they don't start till Monday, so they're not getting going till Memorial Day, which is crazy. They're still waiting. They might know their opponent tonight. The St. Louis Blues beat the San Jose Sharks tonight. It's the Blues and the Bruins. Little lingo to it. How about that? A little good ring to it. But we'll see. It could go a Game 7. Maybe if you're a Bruins fan, you're hoping for a Game 7 and hope those two teams just kind of beat up on each other a little bit. But that is the deal there. So tonight the Bruins might know their opponent, but they're still a week away, Monday night, from getting things going in the Stanley Cup, which will start right here in Titletown, Boston. So there you go. Coach Dave Clay, the head coach of Newburyport. My guest, he'll be on next. My name is Drew Moholland. It's Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. Keep it here. Fun show ahead. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Thanks for joining us on a lovely Tuesday afternoon out there, driving home from work. Hopefully you got the windows down. I did, and then Tyler looked at me today and said, wow, your hair's all wild. And I said, I think that's wind-driven hair. So there you go. But anyway, Coach Dave Clay of the Newburyport Clippers. How are you, Coach? Good to have you back.
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding, thank you. The summer is just about here, starting to feel nice here in Newburyport, huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful out.
What's the well? First of all, I have several topics I want to talk to you about. I also want your opinion on the drama that was the Boston Celtics at the end of the year as a basketball guy. I want to get to that in a second. But first of all, let's talk a little bit about what you got going on here, because you got a bunch of drills and instruction camps and all that stuff coming up for the summertime, right?
Yeah, we do.
All right, what do you got? Tell me about it.
We have a kindergarten through fourth grade camp going on the second week after we get out of school vacation, so that's June 24th to June 27th.
Kindergarten, trying to drive yourself crazy?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not going to start them young. And
Recruiting already?
yeah, I got to keep them off ice hockey skates. And it's hard around here to do that.
It is hard. I just made a comment about how this is such a great hockey town.
It is.
Anyways, carry on.
Yep. And then July 8th to I believe it's the 11th, we have another camp for 5th grade through 9th.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's when the real recruiting kicks in, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're not violating any rules. Don't
No,
worry about that. All right. Well, that's cool. So you, when does that start up?
What's up?
When does that start up?
The camps?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the first one's June 24th.
Wow. Right into the okay.
Yep.
When did the kids get out of school? Is that like
We get out the kids get out June 13th.
June 13th?
Yep.
All right. June 13th. That feels later than it used to be for me. Is that later?
I feel like it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And even with no snow days, it's for now it's pretty early. So we have one of the longest summers this year with us starting school after Labor Day weekend.
That's interesting. Did maybe I'm thinking more college, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. It's been such a while since I did high school, but if it is a short summer here, that's right. But well, that's good. So good luck with that. You getting any help, or are you running this thing by yourself?
Oh no, I have phenomenal help. I have,
You need help with those age groups,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. We have Tim Mahan, who's a 7th grade ELA teacher.
Okay.
Chris Pierre, who's also a 7th grade teacher, but he teaches social studies, and then another assistant coach in Evan Melanson.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll
Keep
be a
you busy
blast.
at least.
It sure will.
The can I got to ask you about this. I talked with you, buddy. First of all, thank you. Jeff Goodman was a recommendation. You said he'd be a good guest here. He was fantastic on the show. I know he's a good buddy of yours. Speaks very highly of you as well. Do you guys play? Did you guys go to school together? How do you guys know each other?
No, we just met through actually playing softball.
Oh.
Yeah, we are on opposing teams, and we struck up the conversation of basketball, and
just two guys talking basketball.
yeah, and then just led from there. And he's a
cool.
A phenomenal human.
He was great guest. He's done breaking all sorts of news there for that athletic site that he's on.
And he's the nicest guy. Though.
He is.
He's so
great.
nice.
Oh, I know. He's a great guy. But yeah, thank you for that recommendation. But we talked a lot about the Celtics. Can you give me your opinion as a basketball guy as how, I mean, what a train wreck at the end of the year. My goodness, how bad was that to watch?
It was pretty horrible.
I mean, I could, as a coach, you must have been pulling your hair out. You know, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I had to stop watching the NBA playoffs because, between watching the Celtics and I watched the Houston series with the Warriors, and when it turns into one-on-one and everyone else just stands and watches, it's not enjoyable.
I know it is kind of. That's why I like the college game better anyway. But man, there's nothing worse. I just felt like you can. Sometimes with a basketball team that's not playing together, it's just so glaringly obvious. It's like that's how it felt like for me. I was like, this is painful watching all these guys try to get their own. You know?
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. They're all trying to get their own.
You can expect that at the high school level, right? You can expect some kid to, not have that conscience. But come on, these are professionals here.
Yeah. I mean. The difficult part is they know what it takes to win. Yeah. And they've all been on winning teams, and for them to then divert that way is disappointing.
Does your coaching side of you feel bad for a guy like Brad Stevens, who's a successful coach at every level, and seemed like he had his hands full here?
Yeah, no, I did. I mean, he does a great job, and I thought he took great accountability for that team after the season.
He's always good at that, almost sometimes to a fault. Sometimes you just want to hear him yell about somebody, but
yeah.
It's a fine line there, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you must have to come across that all, even at your high school level. Do you? I mean, it's not like you guys are really in front of the media too much as far as like press conferences and everything. But do you ever? I mean, there must be certain aspects where you're trying to maybe even protect players from, maybe even just embarrassing them in practice or something. You got to know the personalities, that sort of thing. I mean, how much of a fine line is that with just certain guys, especially at the high school age, that you're dealing with freshmen, which are kind of boys, and seniors who can be young men, it's great. That must be tough on a coach.
Yeah, no, it's part of the process, and it is enjoyable. And I actually just went to a clinic on Sunday about, kind of some of that, and they brought up that topic of, pre-care and aftercare. So
pre-care.
So with with certain players, if you're going to push them in practice, you got to give them some pre-care and give them a heads up. Hey, this is how this is going to go, and then check in with them after practice. If you're honest with them and you tell them your expectations and how you're going to coach them.
Yeah. I mean, do you find yourself harder on the captains sometimes? Because I'm sure that's part of the reason why they're captains is because get yelled at by example, I guess.
I mean, you have to hold the best player to the highest standard.
Yeah.
And if I was to say for this year, if I was to take it easy on Casey, then
Casey McLaren,
and be harder on other players, that they see it all.
Yeah.
And Casey was phenomenal this year with accepting my feedback, and he did a lot that was great for us. So there was very little to talk to him about. But when those times did come up, he handled it beautifully. How do
you coach I mean, because I think it's safe to say best player in the league, right?
Oh yeah,
I mean, far and away, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's a little bit different on a coach though, even at the high school level. Never mind any level, but whenever you have the best player in the league, it's something when he's doing most things right, and he can be kind of a tough guy to coach just by even if he's the greatest kid in the world, just by the nature of him being the best player. Like, what am I going to tell that kid? I'm going to tell him to not throw down. I can't dunk. Like is it tough coaching the superstars a little bit? And I don't mean tough in that case, but is it just kind of a little bit different? Okay, coaching all this talent, it's a little bit of a different onion to peel here.
It is. Yeah. It's different in the way that I'm looking at. My next goal was to individually prepare him for the college game.
Yeah.
So that was my goal in critiquing his game, was to say, at the next level, this is what you're maybe
you were thinking about
do.
that as coaching him this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just because, I mean, I want him to be able to walk in and have a chance to play right away.
Yeah.
And Tufts is great at basketball, so it's going to be difficult for him, but he has the work ethic to get to where he needs to.
That's some high-level basketball there at Tufts. That's where I know he'll be an all-year player, I know, and he's probably shooting at the gym right now somewhere, but he certainly has a great shot. What does he play, you think, in college? Is he a forward? I mean, he can do it all, right?
Wherever they need him, he's kind of at their disposal in that regard. But I know they'll find a great place for him, and they'll utilize his talents.
Because he's got I remember him telling me he had that crazy growth spurt, like kind of late in life. So he grew up a ball handler, right?
Yes.
And so he's got point guard skills, but he's now 6, whatever. What is he, 6?
6'6", maybe
6'5",
6'6".
Yeah. So there you go.
I mean,
could find a spot for him.
Absolutely.
What a group you got to coach this year too. I know we did wrap it up there in the winter time. I know when we talked to you, but have you had time to kind of reflect and look back and say, man, what a winter?
Yeah. That's one of those teams that, you may never have again.
Yeah.
I know I'll never have that group exactly as is ever again, but with the array of talent we had and how competitive our practices were and how they rose to the occasion when we played BC High, and we played some really, we put a tough schedule out for them, and they really stepped up and took on the challenge and never looked for any excuses.
Is that you're still a young man yourself, but you now have some years under your belt here, especially in this Cape Ann League. Is that the best, most fun you've had coaching a basketball team this year?
Yeah, it was fun.
Far and away.
I've had some other, different teams present different obstacles. Yeah. This one had a certain set. I've coached other teams that I've just enjoyed just as more, just because they had obstacles that, you want to fight. It's like that problem solving stuff. Yeah. That's fun to kind of figure out how you're going to get this team to work together the best way.
And it's kind of nice when you have that, sometimes you have a team. Every coach feels like they can win it all, right? If you catch fire at the right time, any team can make a run and do it. But it's kind of, when you have a team like this, I know you are legitimately thinking, I have a team that can beat anybody.
Yes.
Right? That was a legitimate thought of yours this year. We are not going to be an easy out for any team in the state. I know that was a thought of yours.
It 100% was, yes.
That's kind of a different, that's a pressure feeling, but it's a cool feeling as a coach, right? Let's see how far we can take this little run.
I knew you hit it on the head too. It was, there was that, no one put that pressure on me, but I felt that internally that, with this team, I can't lose games with these guys. But
it was a fun group too. I got to meet a lot of them off the court as well, and had them in here. Great, probably 5 times at least, and they were a lot of fun in here as well. So we appreciate those guys very much. What's the so besides the clinics, what else do we do there in the summer as an off-season basketball coach here?
Oh man, go watch summer league games and.
Going to see a lot of those?
Oh yeah, as many as I can get to usually.
Really.
Yeah, well, and which is tough because you can't coach them; you just have to sit there and observe. But you want them to know that I care
coach.
About. Yeah. And it's a different perspective sitting there and watching. So just take some notes and get ready for the following season and just try to keep in touch with them because, we have one player's going to Africa for 3 weeks. So
Really?
I'm excited for him.
Who's that?
Trevor Ward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's
He got some time for you this year.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's going to Africa to see some of his family that he hasn't seen in a while. So I'm like thrilled for him, and different players have different things going on. So it's good to touch base with them and keep those relationships strong.
I was all excited today. One of the guys, you always like hearing good stories about guys that like you think you like on TV and all that. Jeff Goodwin was one of them, and Jeff told me that I'm a Providence College Friars fan. And he said you got a great coach there, and I said they love him. We love him in Providence. We hope he stays. And he was in the news about going to that Michigan job today, and he's staying in Providence. So I was thrilled to hear that.
That is awesome.
Coach Cooley, yes, I know. I know Jeff Goodwin would be happy too. He likes having him around New England here, but
yeah.
But he's so. Speaking of New England, this is the summertime's finally here. Did you get through the ugly weather here the last month and a half? Has been ridiculous, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Rain, cold.
Selfishly, I enjoy it because when I'm teaching, I don't have to look outside and see nice weather and wish I was at the beach.
Okay.
So
that must be more like this time of year, though, right?
Oh,
now are the beach days.
It's painful.
Yeah.
It's just. I mean, I love the beach, so if I could be there.
Yeah. You lived on Plum Island, right? That was, so you love the ocean.
I very much. Yeah.
Ocean. See, I'm more of a lake guy.
Yeah.
I like the lake. I think I don't know. Sharks in the ocean, scary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I try. I don't go out too deep.
I'm just kidding. The ocean's beautiful, but I know I get the house in Maine, so that's more of just my summer go-to is the family house in Maine.
That's
it's
awesome.
Always been lake. I don't know why, but it's obviously beautiful around here. Living in Newburyport.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
It's a great spot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Especially when the weather turns nice. Walk the dogs here. I know you walked the dog today.
Yep.
How's he or she?
She.
Yeah. How old?
We don't know. We think 4, maybe 3.
Okay. That's right. I kind of remember when you were getting her.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, she's a rescue.
How long you had her? Pretty much the whole time, or?
Probably like a year and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah. We got her when they said she was 3 years old at the time. So
that's how old mine was when they got her, and we think it might have been closer to 5. So I got my dog at an 8 to 10 age range right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
The old one, and we added a puppy.
Did you?
We want to try and make your life busy.
We've been talking about that as well.
There you go.
A dog during the summer, and I just had to put up a fence just in case we get one.
Wow, preemptive strike. Are you pushing it?
I mean, I love dogs, so it would be awesome. And the summer is the perfect time because we're around to train it.
It is great. We had jealousy for like the first 2 weeks, which I hear is pretty common. Old dog was like, "Who is this?" And he's staying. What? And he wasn't too happy about it. And but now they're like best friends. It's great.
That's the best.
Go to the dog park, even if there's nobody there. You got a friend to play with. They're always outside hanging. It's good.
Yeah.
I love it. I would recommend it.
Yeah, we need to.
And it's not like that much harder either. The 2 dogs. I'm sure there's people at home that are like cringing, having me say this over the radio, but it's not like that much. Like you feed them at the same time, you walk them at the same time, kind of just keep them in the same routine. It's not like you're doing it twice as much. You're just kind of doing it with somebody else.
Yeah, like anything new. You're going to get a new routine. And it's going to be fine.
Yeah, but there's definitely early jealousy.
Yep.
definitely early jealousy. That was an obstacle we had to get around. But again, we're joined here by Dave Clay, Newburyport Clippers head basketball coach. Any changes at the school here towards the end of the year since we last spoke? Anything? I know Kyle Hodson's still the boss over there for the athletic department. I know that's going well, right? You guys love him?
He's awesome. Honestly, like I couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, I've had some great ADs, but he just keeps on raising the bar, and he's always striving to just make Newburyport athletics the best they can be.
I don't think I realized until late in the year he was actually coaching the freshman team.
Yeah.
I caught on to that very late. He was like, "I got to coach back." I'm like, "Wait, coach? What are you doing?" He's like, "Yeah, I got the freshman team." I said, "I had no idea. It had not come up."
Yeah,
very cool.
It's I mean, the amount he takes on, and I'd say borderline a perfectionist.
Yes,
so everything
I can see that, yeah.
He wants everything to be done perfectly. So and then the amount he takes, I don't know how. If he sleeps, what happens with that? But
How about you? You sleeping these days? You get is it a little easier basketball season to outside of basketball season to kind of not be up watching videotape or?
Yeah. I mean, we still have guys like getting in the gym at 6 a.m. to lift and shoot around. So
do you get to be there for that? Is that cool?
Yeah, I open the weight room along with Coach Smolsky and Coach Amin. So
gotcha.
I'll be in the weight room. And then sometimes they want to go shoot, so they go shoot. And actually, I was surprised this morning we had a 5th grader show up at 6 a.m.
To the weight room.
he just wanted to shoot.
Wow.
And Cal Atherton, I was
interesting.
I was it made my week.
Wow.
It was.
I bet you don't see too much of that.
No, he was working on his left hand. He's gonna be a good player.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I swear I lost my left hand. I used to have a nice little lefty hook shot, and I'm cheating all the time now, finding my way to the right hand. I'm like the all right guy now. It's not good.
Yeah, no, I'm all left. I've always been all left. If anyone ever forced me right, I just pass it.
Yeah, I could dribble that. I used to be able to finish a little bit better around the goal with the left hand, and it's just not going well in the old timers league there.
Yep.
It's not an old timers league, I guess, but you know.
Well, let's be serious. I mean, come on. It might be a little bit old.
It might be a little bit old. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We got some players. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Your guys would probably run us off the court. I think probably just do it. I don't know. It's always interesting when you get men versus boys. You know?
I think you'd be surprised. I love when older players come by and play with us because, they just pick us apart.
Really?
You know, I think older players utilize their energy better.
Yeah.
So they're not making that extra movement.
Yeah.
They're smarter. And they move the ball better usually.
Yeah, that's true. We do play the game the right way mostly. Yeah. And I think there is something too, just that adult strength that you have too, right? You know, these are still high school kids. Although a lot of them, I don't know. I wouldn't want to guard Creasy McLaren all day, but
no,
that would probably be my job actually. So yeah, try to shut that kid down.
Good luck.
His brother too. My God.
Wow.
His brother's got another year, right?
Yeah. You
must be looking forward to that.
I am.
Parker McLaren.
Yep.
What's he going to be like? 6'6", 300 pounds of muscle by the time the season runs around, or what?
Yeah, with no muscle, with no fat at all.
Body fat, yeah.
Just
it's unbelievable. He did become like I guess every year he's probably just getting bigger and bigger, but he was like a huge presence down low for you guys this year.
Tremendous. I thought he had a phenomenal year.
Yeah, I did
really,
too.
He did everything we could have asked for and more.
Yeah, rebounding machine.
Yeah. I've been very impressed with his game.
Yeah, you guys had a lot of shooters and a lot of smart players, but he was one of those guys that you just kind of felt brought some like real grit and toughness, right? That bodying people around down there. Okay, get out of his way.
Yeah, who wants to take a charge on him?
Not me.
And me either.
Yeah. Although they really don't call charges at the high school level, do they?
I wish they did because I love when players take charges.
Yeah.
And
when they do, they're usually not charges. I don't know. You've heard me be critical of the high school officiating before on the show, and it's the toughest game to officiate, I will say. But some of it's just not really good.
Yeah, you get that sometimes.
You don't have to answer that.
No, I'm sure they're doing the best they can, and
they are doing the best they can. But sometimes it's not. Actually, your tournament game, the one the one before the game that kid from Drake had caught fire and.
Mm-hmm.
God, how about that kid, by the way? Did we really have time to talk about him?
Yeah,
the kid from what did they end up doing? Did they make a run to the?
They won the North.
They won the North. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they lost to at the very end.
I want to say Bishop Stang.
Bishop. Okay. So that kid. His name's
Adrian Torres. I'll
never
forget it.
Never forget it. That is fantastic. That is the line of the show right there. I will never forget that man's name. Well, he was just. You know what my favorite moment of that game was? And we had a good close-up view of this. George Coryell, who is a great defender and a better kid. But he trash talks a little bit out there, doesn't he? In like a good way. There's a place for that in basketball. And I was right there, and I know he's trying to get under the freshman skinny. He just knocked the ball away, and he's telling him, "You're not going around me," whatever, that sort of thing, and just really kind of getting just subtly. It wasn't, if you're not looking for it, you're not going to see it. He did it exactly how trash talking should be done. And the Torres kid did not do a thing. He just shut up, took the inbound, and then I think drilled a three right in George's face. And I said, "Oh,
yep,
that is some next level stuff right there."
Yeah, you know what? To that kid's credit, throughout the tournament, I was impressed with his composure.
Yeah,
ideally, you want a player who doesn't get too high or too low.
Yeah, and this is George. Or Torres.
Torres.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
He never, got emotionally high or emotionally low. He stayed even keel.
Yeah.
He did what he had to do.
It was crazy. I'm just thinking to myself, like he's a freshman, that kid.
Yep.
I'm picturing freshman Drew in that moment with an upperclassman chirping at me down the stretch of a game like that. I'm probably going to at least have something to say back, and I could not believe the composure that kid kept. I was like, there you go. That's why they're there.
Yeah. And you know what? And he's playing against. I mean, he's in the Merrimack Valley Conference, so he's playing against Lowell, Lawrence, Northgate. I mean, these, I'm sure they talk more trash maybe than we do.
Yeah.
And probably at a better rate.
Yep.
And so I'm sure he was battle tested when he came in, and George from Newburyport started chirping at him.
I'm sure. Although I'm sure George can trash talk a little bit. He's got the.
Yeah.
You've seen it. Maybe not as. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit.
Unfortunately, heard it a few times. So I just like us to play basketball.
That's true. No, but I don't know. I thought it was very telling how the kid just kind of looked him in the eye and said, "We're good here."
Yeah.
3. I don't know.
Yep.
Not that I enjoyed it, but I thought it was interesting.
No, man.
I felt bad for you guys, but I was like, "Damn, good for you, kid."
That was
Enjoy the next 3 years with that kid running around.
Oh yeah.
Torres. We wouldn't see him unless it's a tournament, right? Do you think about scheduling a team like that after you have a great tournament game for them? Is that something you now think about or not really?
Funny thing is, we originally had them on the schedule for last year.
Oh,
and
really?
2 weeks before the season, they dropped us.
Oh, wow.
Which is just like a courtesy no kind of thing.
Oh.
Just because now I have to find a game within 2 weeks, which most teams' schedules are full. That's when we ended up picking up New Mission.
Gotcha.
Who was
good.
Very good.
Yes.
Yep.
Would have been. Were you kind of thinking to yourself when they came around? I wish I got a look at them at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Let's see how I put that together there. There you go.
Yeah. Thank you.
I put the pieces together. Very good. Well, that's too bad. I didn't realize that backstory.
Yep.
Good for you for not telling me. You had options to tell me before that game.
Oh, yeah, no,
you could have told me there was bad blood beforehand.
Oh, no,
I would have really sold it on the broadcast.
Yeah. I respect that. I'm sure it was a new coach. He walked into that situation and he did what was best for his team. So
yeah, well, very
respect
good.
him.
That's crazy. Again, Coach Dave Clay here, Newburyport basketball. Final couple of minutes. I promised him I won't keep him too long on a nice Tuesday afternoon because it's beautiful out. What are you doing? You going to the beach today?
No, we have the playoffs of our 4th through 6th grade spring league.
Oh,
at 5. So
you guys always got something going on over there.
Yeah, got to keep a ball in their hands.
Got to keep a ball in their hands. There was a funny line about the hockey skates. Have you found that it's when you have a successful team like you have this year and really the year before too? But do you find that there's more like a buzz regarding basketball? Because we've talked about this before. It really is kind of like when I just came here, I was like, man, I didn't realize how much of a hockey town it was. Just doing the hockey games for so many years. I mean, they bang that arena out every night, and all the hockey coaches are great, and like anywhere they go, you got parents not coming up to them. A lot of them probably saying, "My kid deserves more playing time." Just kidding, just kidding. But it is. It seems like just a lot of buzz around hockey as soon as I came here. Really, whatever that was, almost 10 years ago now. But with the basketball program, when you have good years like that, do you feel like the buzz just kind of around even the youth levels just kind of growing a little bit?
The hope is that it is, and I would like to think so. And I think with the group we had, they were so great to the younger kids when after games, talking with them and not blowing them off. So I thought that played that hopefully that pays dividends down the end. But there is a lot of excitement around it, and I love watching. Usually like there's days I just drive around and just drive by parks just to see who's out there, who's playing. And
is that right?
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and what do you get for like outside courts? You get a good level here in Newburyport? I'm trying to think about it right now off the top of my head.
Yeah, we have Cashman Park, which is right down by the water, so it's like a nice breeze, but 2 good courts down there, and then Perkins Playground.
Most of the kids, is there like a Y that the kids go to too, or is that is it? I mean, you got a high school gym, so maybe you don't need it, but
yeah, they go some go to Latitudes and play.
Okay.
But the majority of them play outside, and I much rather have it that way, where they're just playing pickup, and I think that's
some of the older dudes down there, maybe.
Oh, I wish, but it's like a lost art.
No, but I mean, like the maybe some of the kids that have graduated and are college kids or something back from school.
Yeah, I think when they get back from school, they'll be down there playing pickup, and I'm hoping they encourage the younger kids to play with them. And
that's what we used to do. We used to always play the the kids that just graduated, and it's kind of our summer,
Yeah, it's fun.
Sometimes we'd mix it up. Sometimes we'd say we think we're better, and sometimes we were. Those college kids can get out of shape pretty quickly,
Very quickly. Probably
not Casey McLaren. Are you going to find yourself going to those games when you see a kid like Casey go play high-level ball and all that?
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I hope to go to practices just to watch and try to pick up some new stuff for our team to bring back. And I'm very excited for him. I mean, he's going to have a tremendous career there. And, one of the guys I admire, Rick Gorman, who does a lot of our off-season like basketball training stuff.
Yeah.
Believes Casey's probably going to be a better college player than he was even a high school player.
Probably, yeah.
So I know I'm really excited to catch his games, and
they're going to get that kid all big and strong too. Nothing, it's not already, but
Yeah, no, they are.
He's got that body type that they love,
Yeah, and what's going to be great for him is he's going to be around kids. He has a few right now within our team who just, eat, sleep, and live basketball.
Yeah.
But he's going to be surrounded by like 12 to 14 other teammates who just live for basketball. So I'm excited for him to have that experience.
Did you hear that story that those guys told when they came in here as a group on that final day?
No.
So they're at the McLaren pasta party, and like I think it was a competing Bruins Celtics night. And but the Bruins was like kind of the bigger of the game. Celtics were up like 2 or 3-0 in the series. Bruins were like even. I think it was the Maple Leafs. I think I got that timeline right. If I don't, I apologize. But it's something along those lines. And so the Bruins was the bigger game importance-wise. And a bunch of your guys were like, can we flip on the Bees? And it's kind of a big spot. And Casey straight out said, we're a basketball family. which I thought was the best response. We just don't want to watch the Bruins. We do the Celtics.
I respect that.
It's fun. The way he said it was like he knew he couldn't say it without laughing, but you could tell he was dead serious. We're a basketball family, so we're gonna watch basketball.
Oh yeah, just matter of factly like that.
Yeah, it was great. I thought it was fantastic. All the guys were cracking up, so it was funny. It was a good little inside baseball of your little nucleus you had there this year, which I thought was very fun. But yeah, you should be. I mean, Tufts is a high level of basketball. Certainly. I don't think people realize how good of a level of ball that really is. It's like, oh, it's not D1, all right, but it's like, no, it's.
But I mean, you look at the kid from Duncan Robinson, who went to Williams. It was D3, and then Michigan noticed him, went to Michigan, played there, and now he just signed a contract with the Miami Heat. Yeah. So I mean, it's not far fetched.
And it's just like the margins are just that thin, right? I mean, the difference between sometimes a D1 player and a D2 player is just. I mean, there's really not much, and sometimes it's just overlooked, right? I mean, I know Casey was recruited pretty hard, but and he had some options, but I don't know. It seems like a good spot for him to land. I wish him all the best there at Tufts, but it should be fun to watch him.
It will be.
Do you get to so how many guys? He's probably the first guy you've really had that's been like a legit kind of that good, right?
Yeah. I mean, what am I second guessing that? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any other guys gone to play college ball that?
I had a kid one of my first years, Zachariah Aloui, who played at Fitchburg State for a couple of years, and then I coached Will Parsons for 3 years, who was a 1,000-point scorer, and he's at Emmanuel. Yeah. And then Casey, but in comparison, they're all great kids, and I hate to even compare them. They're all different types of players, but Casey is.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you're going to want to watch all 4 years and see where the game takes him.
Yeah, and you know what? Basketball aside, he's going to one of the best academic institutions in the world. True. He's going to leave there with a phenomenal degree and have many options.
Let's not forget about that. It's funny too. I was just thinking when I was talking about the different levels of basketball. When I was at Bryant at college, we had like a group of guys that were just we all played, but we were just playing pickup ball in the gym. The Bryant women's team, which was not D1 at the time, they were D2 or D1 AA, whatever they were at the time. Now they're D1, but when I was there, they were not. And the women's team was always looking for guys just like us that like you could tell knew how to play. That would probably get them tough and but they were just sorting it, like looking across and said, "Let's play them." They literally came over, sought us out. You want to play us? And just 5 of the girls were like, "Sure, yeah, that seems like a good experience." We got these girls from Bryant just ran us off the court. It was unbelievable. I had plenty of respect for women's basketball beforehand. But it's like you kind of think like. Well, we're all probably you get some height on most of them, and they're all obviously athletic, but we can probably match their athleticism a little bit. No, as it turns out, it's like that level of play. They shot lights out, obviously, which we didn't do. But we all looked at each other afterwards and we go, "My God, that is an unbelievable group of women's players. I don't think we can ever do that again." No, it was bad.
And you kind of hit it on the head with women's basketball. A lot of them will sometimes not offer full scholarships, but partial to good men basketball players for them just to join the team and be practice players. Yeah. I think UConn usually has a tryout for males to try out for the women's team to just be.
Oh, really? I didn't know they actually did that. Really?
Yeah. So they usually have a practice squad full of men to kind of compete against.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that was us that day. I don't recall getting compensated or anything for that.
No, you should have. You should look into that.
Quite the opposite. We were very down. It kind of ruined our weekend. I think it was a Friday afternoon little run we had going on, and we were not the same all weekend. It's a very emotional thing. I think they may have zeroed us. I don't know. But anyway, well, Coach Clay, I appreciate it very much. Let's do one more time. Just run back what you got for the camps here, because I want to make sure everybody gets the word out for people that it's not on their radar. Age groups and starting dates here.
Yeah, K through 4, we have June 24th.
Yep.
Start, and it's right here at the Bresnahan Elementary School.
Yep.
And then July 8th to 11th is at the Knock Middle School, and that's for 5th through 9th graders.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Who you got? I know you're a sports fan altogether. Who you got? Bruins or? Well, I guess you don't know who they're playing yet. Who do you think they're going to play? And
Well, I'm going. Bruins, right?
Yeah,
they're going to win whoever they play.
And whoever they play.
I'm going with
them. I think it's going to be the Blues. I think they know tonight. I'm going Blues winning the series tonight at home, and then you get the series set.
That's amazing.
It's crazy what this town has done, huh?
You know what's nuts is like a lot of kids never understand.
It's unbelievable
what it was like in like the early 90s.
Like your kids don't really get it. Like
they have all they know is winning. That's all they know.
That's what makes me feel old. It's like when I'm like, well, oh my God, how old were you when Aaron Boone hit the home run? You don't really. You don't really remember.
That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my uncle looking at me during that, and we were all watching the game together, and he goes, now you understand. Yeah. Like it was like my paying of like the stripes. Like yep. Now you've earned our little circle here, you know? And I mean, it is amazing how, I have a cousin who's a senior in high school right now.
Yeah. They were all born in 2002, 2001, you know what I'm saying? So now, I mean, that's when the Patriots started off. That's when everyone started in stride.
And I guess you'll never, I mean, even now, if they were to go on like a 20-year hiatus of losing, like, they'd always have this beginning of life. This is no way to start.
It's nothing but down from there.
I feel like my journey is the better one. Like,
it is.
And then jeez, I don't know. It is crazy though. You look at all the titles. I think it's 18. What was it? 18 championships in 19 years, or playing for 18 championships in 19 years. Like that number is extraordinary.
Yeah. No, that will go. That will be historic.
A little bit back to full circle. A little bitter about the Celtics because we could have had the four championship Pete here.
We definitely should, not to say we should have, but
if you're going to say one team wasn't going to do it, it was going to be the Bruins this year.
Yep.
Because they weren't really a cup, favorite, certainly.
I mean, if you looked at the preseason,
yeah,
looked at rosters, there's no reason why the Celtics.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
It still frustrates me. I kind of want them to. I don't know what you would do as a coach. I not that a coach gets to make these decisions, but I don't know what you would like as a coach. I would like the whole thing to be blown up. I never want to go through that again. I don't care how good you are, Kyrie, and he's great, amazing player. I actually love his game. I have such mixed feelings about him because I love his game so much. He does things that that's incredible. Like that's just that finish down low in traffic, everything. But there's something about him. It feels polarizing.
Yeah, I mean. I think it just places more value on character, and that's what you see out of Bill Belichick. He has like a character coach.
Yeah.
And that's what they look for when scouting, and I think that needs to be the more norm because everyone has skill.
Yeah.
It's not the skill; it's more about. I mean, and Kyrie's very skilled. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a high character and you can't get along with people and you can't communicate, I mean,
It really is. It's I think it's a coaching tool for years to come.
Oh,
I think you can put that in your back pocket there.
Oh, definitely.
If we don't learn to play together, boys, I'll deliver the speech if you want. I can come in and do a little.
Until I cut a kid who has high character, right?
Right.
Then I'm like, Coach Clay, you told me you're looking for high character.
Yeah, that I had.
Yeah, and, exactly.
Well, yeah, I know. You still, I mean, do you, I know that's the worst thing for coaches, the cutting players and stuff. Like, do you guys still lose sleep over that as coaches?
Oh, yeah.
It's terrible, right?
It is gut-wrenching. You can see it in their face, and a lot of them have never had that rejection.
Yeah. So
they don't know how to take it.
Yeah.
And some get emotional, some get angry, and it's just like you don't know how they're going to take it. So you don't know.
To cut the high school, and you just got to remember you're cutting still kids. Never mind if they're underclassmen too, because they just don't understand the. No. A lot of times they're just going to JV or something, right? Like and then you're still gonna play.
Yeah, and even they're offended by that sometimes. Like they expected to be on varsity.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's a tough thing.
And then you see them in school. Let me tell you how awkward that is. And they think you don't like them because they just weren't good enough, so they think like, oh,
You ever
he
just
cut me because he doesn't like me.
Do you ever just stop them when you see the attitude and say, "Listen, can I just talk to you for a second? This is how it's going to be."
I try to give them a little bit of space, and then I do talk to them and try to build that relationship back up. But
probably telling how they handle that too, right?
It is. Some handle it with grace, some understand, some have a great perspective on their skill and their peers, but others are.
Adults struggle with that sometimes too.
Oh yes, we do. Yeah.
Too funny. Real quickly, final minutes. Summer plans. What do you got? Anything interesting besides all the good stuff you do with the basketball and the school and all that good stuff? Anything? Taking the dog anywhere?
Fixing up the house, keep my wife happy in that regard. And
there you go. You do have to do that, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No trips this year.
You built a fence, didn't you? You put in a fence?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a second dog. Yeah, I'm just making sure you mentioned that this conversation. Sounds like a second dog maybe on the way.
That would be awesome.
A lot of good shelter dogs out there.
Oh, there sure are.
It's rewarding.
Oh, it's the best.
It is rewarding.
And they're so cute.
They are. You've got a little good dog. Coach Clay, always appreciate the time, man. Have a great summer. We'll see you on the back end sometime. We'll talk to you again when something comes up. Something always comes up with you, but
hopefully it's good.
It's always good with you. Yeah, it's always good. One of our favorite guests here on Joppa Afternoon Drive. We appreciate it very much. Enjoy the nice weather. Enjoy the beach. I know you're going to get there several times, and tell the dog and the family and your wife for that matter. Everybody always asks about my dog too first, and before asking about my wife. It's terrible. My wife is great. Thank you.
Good.
Appreciate you asking. We get a similar structure. We just hang with the dogs. It's kind of what we do on the weekends.
Yeah. No, it's nice.
That's great. So, yeah. Take them up here a lot, actually, to Newburyport. Great trails to run on. So.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I like it. Breakheart. Done Breakheart?
No, I don't run.
You don't have to run.
Okay, good.
It's a good walk.
Where
Bridges,
is that?
trails. Oh, it's like the other side of Newburyport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll have to check it out.
It's like where I think the kids have a lot of running meets.
Like Atkinson Common? Is that
I think that's the same. Yeah. Like, you can actually let the dog off the leash if we don't, because my dog is crazy.
Mine will run away.
Yeah. Okay. So you're with me on that one. We're gonna walk that dog, but yeah, no, it's a great spot.
That's great.
So,
I'll check it out.
Cool, man. Great to see you. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping in.
All right. Thank you.
Coach Dave Clay, one of our favorite guests here on Joppa Afternoon Drive. Keep it here. We'll bring it back home, Tyler, for the final couple minutes. My name is Drew Moholland. Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. Big thanks to Coach Dave Clay, one of my favorite guests. Great guy. Always appreciate him coming on. By the way, Maudsley Park. What did I call it, Lily? Breakheart. I called it Breakheart. I know. Why do I do that? That's the second time I've done it.
I don't know. Where is that?
Breakheart's New Hampshire. Lily knows all these answers. I apparently
really?
have no
I've never
idea
even heard of it.
It's a nice place.
Yeah. But Maudsley is where we walk the dogs in Newburyport. And I don't know why I can't get it out of my head that I say Breakheart. It's the weirdest thing. Just one of those things. But that's why Coach Clay had no idea what I was talking about when I said Maudsley. He has walked the dog at Maudsley and loves it there, just so you all know.
Just check for ticks.
Just to clear that all up. Ticks? No. We give the dog the pill there that works really well.
But you yourself also should be checking for ticks.
Oh, humans. Yes.
Everybody, and the tick can be on the dog.
Yes.
Just crawling, trying to attempt before it's death from whatever the next guard or front line or whatever it is.
Right. Sarah Hayden, by the way, did I introduce you? I don't know. I think here you are.
Talking.
Here you are. It's like like a little dive into our.
I have a candy in my mouth too.
What do you got?
Peppermint. I just restocked the bowl.
Oh, it's a popular bowl.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
One team in particular came in here and was I saw it was like 2 or 3 each.
Dum-dums. That's fine.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah. Sugar highs.
They're just little tiny. They're the smallest lollipops ever.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember the last time I had a lollipop. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but it's not something I go to. It's strange. What's new? Anything good?
No, we're in the midst of setting up for the promenade
yes.
on Thursday.
I like how you say the whole word, promenade.
Yes, the promenade. And, it is live, God willing. We do the best we can.
Yep.
We have the live shot, which is on, Wi-Fi. It can all be a wreck, in which case...
It can always be a wreck.
We still film, and we still have the video for the graduation DVD. We combine it with that, and we make... that available for the students if they'd like to have a copy.
This is senior prom, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is the big one.
Yep, they can order the DVDs. That's in the
busy time of year.
But it's no rain either. We're hoping for no rain.
Yeah, what's the forecast?
I don't know. I think it's supposed to rain around late.
I thought it was supposed to be a pretty decent week though. Maybe like just a quick splash shower, maybe.
It doesn't. It's quick or not quick. I mean. our equipment, their gowns. It's all not what we want.
All right, so have fun at the prom.
No, there's
kids,
a cloud.
Thursday. There's a cloud.
There is
Don't
a
worry about
cloud.
that. No. See, if you listen to AccuWeather forecast people talk about that stuff, there's no real research put into those things. It's just a real quick blanket thing. Don't worry about it. Don't get all stressed.
Okay.
It's going to be beautiful.
All right.
Barry Burbank. I'll ask him for you. He's the best. All right, very good. So prom Thursday. Anything else going on? Final 20 seconds?
Nope.
Nothing?
It's all good.
All good? Everything good? Tyler's good. Thank you, Tyler Neufeld. Thank you, Lily Doucette. Great job today, as always. And let's see, Thursday. What do we get Thursday? I think we're going music again Thursday.
When is the principal coming in? Andrew Wolf?
I don't know.
If I see him on Thursday, I'll ask.
Tag with him. Actually, I had never actually talked with him. I've only been calling the school and kind of going back and forth a little bit. So
yeah, it'd be great to have him on the show.
Let's keep trying to get him here. That's a good idea. We'll keep doing that. Telephone tag. He calls during my nap time.
Oh.
See you next Thursday, everybody. Afternoon Drive, Chopper Radio.